Good evening, noswaith dda. Completely unacceptable. That's the reaction to the violent scenes in Swansea's Mayhill area last night. The First Minister says it will not be tolerated and the police warn they will take robust action. But as the burnt-out cars and broken glass are cleared away, residents say they were left to fend for themselves. Well, Rhys Williams is in Mayhill for us tonight. Rhys.
Well, Jen, this is where the burning runaway car you mentioned came smashing through last night. Now, Swansea Council has now erected these concrete blocks, which residents say they've been asking for some time. After a couple of months ago, a similar incident took place. And since I was here last night, the residents have been telling me about the terrifying ordeal they had last night. I spoke with a family of one, a 90-year-old woman who I watched get evacuated, who lives here alone. She survived the Swansea Blitz here in Mayhill 80 years ago when it was decimated, but she said that she'd never experienced anything so terrifying. She was left cowering in the back of her home as people pelted bricks at her windows. Now, this all started, of course, as a vigil for a local youngster who passed away this week, Ethan Powell. It's not clear why or how, but it quickly escalated into something much, much more dangerous. Volunteers helping with the clear-up first thing this morning. But it'll take more than a brush and a shovel for this community to feel safe again. Residents say they were left hiding in their homes, terrified, as a huge crowd of people roamed the streets, torching cars and throwing bricks through the front windows of houses on Winewen Road.
I'm packing my house as we speak, so enough's enough now. We can't live here, we can't live in fear. I don't want to be opening my front door and the thought I could have a breeze block through my face. That's not living, that's living in fear.
This was the moment Adam Romain returned home to find his car on fire and his girlfriend and two young children cowering in his house.
This is my car, this is my property, this is my family.
He says when he tried to intervene, the rioters began throwing bricks at him before trying to break into his house.
They started lobbing bricks at me. They started lobbing bricks at my house with my babies in the house. You've seen all the riots, peaceful protests. No, not riots, peaceful protests, and you've seen the police turn up with riot vans and fully geared up. And now we needed you. Where were you?
After the police officers were attacked further up the road, residents say they then withdrew, and that's when things went from bad to worse. And these residents are furious with the response of the emergency services. One told me that he called the police 3 times while his house was being attacked, but no one came. Another told me that 60 minutes after all the rioters had gone, he was on the phone pleading with the fire service to come and put out a burning car, which was burning in front of his 90-year-old mother's home, making it impossible to evacuate her. But the fire service said that the police had told them it was unsafe to come and put it out. In the end, they put it out themselves with bowls of water from his mother's kitchen. South Wales Police insists its response was immediate and is vowing that robust action will be taken. It also confirmed 7 of its officers suffered minor injuries in the disturbance.
We have to make some difficult decisions and balance everything we want and need to achieve. We had significant numbers of officers there last night and their priority was keeping people safe and keeping the communities safe. And the decision was made that containment and de-escalation of the situation was the right thing to do last night.
As well as condemnation of the rioters, there's been support for the police across the political divide too, with the UK government's Home Secretary and the First Minister both thanking officers for bringing the situation under control. There are stories of hope too, with many businesses offering to help free of charge and thousands of pounds already raised to help victims.
We just wanted to help as many people as possible. We saw the damage that was inflicted on people's cars, people's windows, people's doors, people's walls. It was crazy.
It's scant consolation, though, for numerous residents who say they've had enough. One told me his children were so traumatised he doesn't think they'll ever be able to return home. Well, I'm joined now by the Deputy Leader of Swansea Council, David Hopkins, who also represents the area. Thank you for joining us, Mr Hopkins. Have you ever seen anything like this in Swansea?
No, this is Swansea, as you say. I've never seen anything like it. It's absolutely awful there last night, and so, no, hopefully we don't see it again.
And what have the council been doing today in response to what's happened?
Well, I'm very proud of our actions, not just us as a council, but as a community. Everybody got together on site this morning, working very hard in the clean-up operation to get this place back to some normality. So I'm very proud of that action, but also all day we've been knocking doors with local area coordinators, local councillors, just ensuring people that we are them from as a city.
And do we know anything else about why this might have escalated the way it did?
No, we think it was just a visual, obviously, that went horribly wrong. I think nobody could plan for this, but it's just awful that it has happened on my watch, on my community.
Going forward, really quickly, is there anything that the community can do you think, to help stop such events in future?
I think it's very difficult for that. All I could say is have faith in the police. I know that things are very difficult at the moment, right? Let's get the investigation over. And let's make sure we get corrective action in place to make, to instill a safe community back on the hill.
Well, Mr Hopkins, thank you very much for joining us. There have been rumours on social media of similar events happening in other parts of Swansea over the next few days. However, the police have been insistent that there will be an increased police presence in this area and across Swansea over the next few days. We've just seen a couple of vans go past stationed here in the area, so it's clear that they have increased their presence over the last 24 hours. Jen.
OK, Rhys, that was Rhys Williams in Mayhill and Swansea for us there.